This ain't just a champ, baby. It's a journey, it's a vibe. Every single time you press play, you're already along for the ride. Car Chronicles real quick. Yeah. Subscribe and feel the love we give. Fingernails hard.
Car Chronicles real quick. First, a fun fact. I typically make the Car Chronicles when I'm on my way to work. So that's why oftentimes I do not make them on Saturdays and Sundays. But today is Saturday and I am doing an event for Black Girl Vitamins. So I am on my way to work. All right, with that being said, I want to talk about completing goals, right? And this is from my personal experience, and I think that it can ring true for other people. The biggest thing, one of the biggest goals I accomplished that could have been daunting to many people was when I went back to school, when I had 4 children, and I completed my degree while I was working full time. And then about not even halfway through, but towards when I realized I wanted to move to North Carolina, I changed my plan and I wrote it out, because my goal was to finish school so that my oldest daughter could start high school in North Carolina, because there's a lot of confusion that happens when you change states in the middle of high school. And our hometown high school was on quarters, and here in North Carolina they were on semester, so it could have really messed my daughter up. She might have graduated late. Okay, so what does that have to do with goal setting? What it has to do with is writing the plan down, not in a Google Drive document, not a Word document, not an Excel document. But when you put pen to paper and you write down your plan, I believe that makes a difference. It makes all the difference. And I have not done that for other stuff that I tried to do, and I feel like I have been less successful. So write down your plan in paper, then take a picture of it if you need to, and then see how that plan unfolds. There's something about making that plan clear and plain for you to have from your brain to your hand into a paper. There's something about that makes a difference. And like I said, that's one of my biggest accomplishments, was be able to graduate cum laude at that earlier than I should have or could have, because I was going part-time and full-time and working full-time, raising children, and I was able to complete that task. And I do believe it's because I wrote it down. I wrote down the end goal, and I wrote down 3 paths in order to accomplish that. And so I want you to see if that makes a difference. Maybe start with something smaller. I'm going to do that because I feel like I have not done that with some of my goals, and I have some big goals that I want to accomplish, and I'm going to make that plain for myself. I'm going to write them down, hand mine to pen to paper, and watch those goals happen.